Good morning, friends. So we have been gone for a family funeral out of town for about 4 days. So I wanted to look at my garden this morning and I wanted to bring you along with me. Now we've been going through a semi-drought, pretty much a drought. We haven't had rain in weeks, and then right before I left to go out of town, it rained for about 3 days straight. So I wanted to see what that did for my garden. So let's go and have a look at it. So when we first come in the gate here, I have planted peppers in this row and peppers in this row, and we have a little volunteer or something over here. I want to plant peppers in this row. I have another flat of peppers, but I think I'm going to plant them over in my raised bed garden and maybe just put flowers in here, but I need to go ahead and get that started. I've been out of town or helping some family, so I haven't gotten as much done in the garden as early as I would like. So now I've planted 42 tomato plants. So down through here, let's see if we can find the tags. Oh, these are the Mr. Stripeys. These two are. So we have some Mr. Stripeys. We have Mountain Fresh Plus, these three. And then, I'm sorry if I'm walking funny. The cat is in between my feet, so it's kind of hard to walk when you're tripping. The celebrities, there's those two. One of those had a sad death, so I can't read it. It's got mud on it. Big Beef are these three here. I was trying to get out here early enough that we wouldn't be dealing with the sun, but it's already shining bright this morning, so I can see these tomatoes really need to be trimmed and tied up, but they look great. Very big and hardy. Let's see, what are they? Brandywine. I've planted brandywines before, but I don't think they ever looked that good. So where our garden is, for 2 years our ponies were in here. And then we had our chickens in here, and then we put the pigs in here to till it up. I'm not sure what these are. Down here is more Big Beef. I have to get some more 2-liter bottles for my tomato plants. Beef Masters, they're looking good. They still don't look good as those Brandywines, but they look good. And these are the, oh man, I'm pulling a blank. Let's see, I think the tag's on the other side. Kitty, I'm gonna smash you yet. Yes. You've got to quit walking at my feet. It's because the kids aren't out here, isn't it? The San Marzano tomatoes. And then we have a row of flowers. So there's those. And then I need to reseed down there a little bit. But other than that, they're looking great, and I need to weed. Definitely need to spend a few minutes weeding. And then we have 3 rows of beans. So we have Slenderettes, Tenderettes, and Blue Lake bush beans. Now, this row of Blue Lake bush beans up here, the tree is overhanging too much. So my husband is going to try to trim that maybe today. But they're getting too much shade. So that tree needs to be trimmed back. But they're looking kind of pathetic, and I've never had them do that before. That's the kind I normally plant every year, but they're not looking so hot. So I need to get this tree trimmed. Now over here we've planted 2 rows of okra. It's just starting to come up. And then down here past the okra, we have planted, you can see small hills, but my kids did it, so I need to help it out a little bit, hill it up a little more. potatoes. So there's 2 rows of potatoes there. And then we're going to be clearing out these woods. The dozer is here and it's going to be clearing out these woods. So then we're going to be planting an orchard right here up in this area. So Stark Brothers had some of their trees on sale a few weeks ago. So I went ahead and ordered 5 trees, and since the woods aren't ready for them yet, the orchard's not ready for them yet, I just stuck them in the ground here and then we'll transplant them. So we have a little one here. Let's see what its name is. It's a pear tree. This one is an apple tree. And then we have, let's see, another apple. We have another pear. And oh my goodness, cat. What do you need this morning, honey? Is it because the kids haven't been out here yet? No. Another apple tree. They're very exhausted from our trip. So they're doing good here. They're budding out. And then probably this fall, we will transplant them over into the cleared out area. So hopefully this will all get cleared. This portion from about the fence here up to our other fence will be our orchard, and then all of this is getting cleared out. This will become a solo pasture horse field. I have horrible luck with starting watermelon and pumpkin seeds straight in the ground. Now, I know they don't like to be transplanted, but I can only do so many things. So I know it's getting really late in the year to start them, but I, like I said, can only do so many things, and we've been gone out of town. So right before I left, the night before I left, I stuck pumpkin, squash, watermelon seeds into seed trays and then have them soaking in really wet ground to try to get them to germinate. As soon as they germinate, I'm going to plant them all around the perimeter of my garden. So if you can see, I've left a big swath around the edge of my garden, and I plan to fill that with pumpkin and squash and watermelon plants. Now I may put the squash over in the other garden, but for right now it's going to go the perimeter around is the idea. And then they can climb on the fence. My husband or son will weed eat this probably today, the fence line, so that they can crawl all over that. I can't wait to do that. I hope to have a good pumpkin harvest this year. I have yet to get a good pumpkin harvest. Normally we have just a few pumpkins and it's just enough to decorate with and not ever really preserve extra with. And we love pumpkin everything. So that will be happening soon, and I hope to bring you along on that. So here in the raised bed we have an arch. Now my husband put this in for me. I love it. And then we have a rose bush here and a cucumber plant here. And then I'm not sure what I'm going to plant in this bed yet. I've got to get all this finalized today. And then before my husband stuck the arch in, I stuck a tomato in here, but Stark Brothers had a great sale on their rose bushes, so I actually bought a matching rose bush to this one to put over here, and then hopefully it will climb and fill this arch up because they're the climbing roses. And then there's 2 cucumbers in here, and I need to plant this bed. But over here we have potatoes. They're doing pretty good. And then this is my strawberry bed, and I actually think I'm going to transplant some of these strawberry plants over to one of the other beds, and then I need to mulch them. They really took off and are doing really good this year. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and transplant a few. Down here we have the long bed, and it has all kinds of peas in it. I need to help them a little bit. They're kind of falling over. And then on the back side of the peas, the hope was that the peas would grow up and shade out these things that don't need so much sun. So they have morning shade till about 10 o'clock, and then they have sun all day. So I was hoping that the peas would shade out the lettuces. But we have radishes here, which are ready for us to eat. I'll have to put those in the menu now that I'm back. This lettuce is starting to look like it's getting ready to bolt, but this lettuce is looking good, and I need to plant some more lettuce and weed. I can see I've been gone for several days, so it's all looking so good. I can't wait to have salad from the garden for the first time this year. Everything's running a little late here, but better late than never. I have this beautiful rose, and last year I planted it, and this is the first year it's done anything, and I just love it. That's great. And then we have the peppers all down through here. We have the peppers. I'm not sure why they look so yellow this year, and they really haven't grown a whole lot since I put them in, but I'm gonna have to work on that. So then I put the watering tape down through there, but I need to finish it and finish planting the peppers that I have on my back porch, and then it will look great. I can't believe how good everything's looking this year.